Yo, I'm in Las Vegas. I just got off a 12-hour flight, and whenever I'm on a long flight, I use the time wisely and make music. I made 3 tracks on this flight, and one of them is a remix, and I'm going to show you everything that went into it right now. Let's go. So whenever I play in Las Vegas, I always want to play music that everybody knows, because people from all over the world come to Las Vegas, and it's like a melting pot of all different people and cultures. So I decided, why not remix this track? Out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. It's a classic, everyone loves it, and there's no good remix of it that I know that I would play on my own sets. So this track's quite progressive because it's all built around the song. I'm gonna play you the drop first so that you can hear like what to expect. So yeah, it's kind of like techno inspired. I've got 47 tracks in the project. I'm gonna go right back to the start and start with the basics. I'm gonna play you the drums that I've got going on here. I've put all the drums in a group. Couple of loops in there, more loops, snare, another snare, clap. So yeah, just a collection of different samples there, all played together in this group. I've got some reverb on the group. I've got this Ableton Enhance on the group, which boosts the top end, and then a little bit of simple EQ. Just gonna go through the drums and see if there's any cool effects that I've got going on. The next important thing, kick and bass. As you can see, I've grouped these together as well. Kick, Evo Sound sample, and then this bass. It's Serum, and it's a preset. And I'm using Ableton arpeggiator to play it on the 16 notes. So if you look at the MIDI, it's just on one note, but the arpeggiator makes it play da-da-da-da-da-da like that. I've got some automation on the bass as well. I'll demonstrate what that's doing. So this one's kind of opening up the filter, and then this one is making it less compressed. One really cool thing about Mr. Brightside is when the vocal starts, it's like distorted. So I was like, let me just loop this first bit of the vocal. So I've got that playing all the way through, and it's got even more EQ on it and even more distortion on it as well. So I'll play you what happens when the track starts. At this point, we're still in the intro, coming into the first breakdown. As you can see, I always use markers on the project, so the marker shows where the breakdown starts. At the start of the breakdown, I've done a high pass filter on the kick and the bass. It takes out all the bass, and then slowly taking away more and more stuff, and then bass comes back, vocal comes in. I've got fewer drums here as well, so when we bring them back, it's like, hey, right now. So the next thing that happens is the bass line changes and the melody starts coming in. At the moment, it's all on one note. When the notes come in, it's gonna feel really nice. You also heard the bass modulating there as well. I've got these chords coming in on the Juno. Automation there just on the volume. And there's loads more chords coming in here, and at this point all the bass cuts out as well, high pass on everything. You can hear there's loads of strings now. Just gonna let it play. Hands in the air. So yeah, that's the first drop. I'm just going to show you what else is going on through that build up. So there's all these different, the green parts for me, they're like the melodic parts. Again, that's just got automation bringing the top end in. All these are playing the same chords, just different ways of playing the same chords. And then we've got a held string here, another sound that's just like one note. And then this is a riser that I've made. Just using Serum initial preset. Put the pitch bend on 7, and then just in the MIDI, just drawing in the pitch bend there. All the drums drop out here, but then this snare drum comes in. Again, automation all over it. There's another bass line coming in here. I just wanted to hint at the bass line before the real bass comes in. So it's like a super filtered version of the real bass line. And you can see the automation there is like bringing it open as it comes closer. And then we're onto the drop. Oh, we missed a little reverb tail here. So that's the reverb tail of the lead, which I bounced out to audio. So then the lead synth here, this is a Serum preset, Acid Perfect, actually just straight out of the box. I'm using this kilohertz frequency thing to change the pitch of it, if you listen to it without. Just kind of making it a bit darker and more detuned. Basic EQ, reverb, bit of delay, another delay, decapitator, and then the sidechain from the kick. Right underneath it, I bounced it to audio, and then I put this huge black hole reverb on it, and then a shaper box, so it's got this sort of stuttery reverb thing going on. If I play them together, you'll hear it. That's kind of it, really. I have another lead going as well in the background. Just kind of added a bit of pace to it. You don't really hear it in the overall mix too much. It's like a background lead. A couple of like samples, white noise, and that is the only thing that really happens on the drop. I'm going to drop this in my set tonight, and I'll show you a video of me dropping it right now. One final thing to show you is what is on the master chain, because this right now is completely playable for me in a club set. First thing I've got is this mid-side EQ. I don't always use this, but it's a mastering EQ, so I'm going to take out the frequencies below 30 Hertz in the mid, take out the low frequencies in the side, do a little bit of a low shelf on the side, do a high shelf on the side as well, and a little bit of a boost at the top. If you want to know what mid-side EQ is, probably Google it, because I'm not the guy to teach you about it. Next thing I've got is this hack that I do with Shaper Box, where I increase the sort of high saturation of the track. I'll play you this with and without. You can hear it really brightens it up. So I've got just 11 kilohertz and above highlighted, and then I'll just crank it to about 25%. Let me show you what happens if you go really hard. Yeah, adds that like good shine on top. Next thing is a limiter. Wow, that's loud. The thing with this track, all the sounds are really solid. So if I show you what the waveform looks like, because this is how I always tell whether something's finished. Like the kick and the bass on the waveform, rock solid there. The kick's the loudest thing in the track. The bass is just a little bit quieter. You can see there's no phase there. There's no phase because I'm using Shaper Box on the bass, completely cut out to work with the kick. I'll show you the kick by itself, and then the kick and the bass together. I always like to use this volume shaper on the master so that I can see where the levels of things are, and that's just because I've been a DJ for so long. I'm used to looking at waveforms. The track's got really solid sounds in it, so even though I made it on my headphones, I already know it's going to be loud and it's going to sound good in the club when I play it tonight. If you're a music producer, go to jameshype.com/store. I do sample packs of some of my own records on there, and there's actually a few free ones as well. So thank you for watching. Who does this?